it was like the piggyback off of Tawfiq, because Tawfiq said like brother, about the people in your neighborhood, you coming back home, how was they, towards you, whatever. But my thing is, to me, I could be wrong, but to me it seems like y'all got a pretty nice little large close knit family. Yeah. Would you say I'm correct in making that assessment?
Oh, he calling back. I don't think.
That's him.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from.
Crazy.
A detainee from the Bay Correctional Facility. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse, your current balance is 48 cents. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, so what? Well, go ahead, you can finish saying what you were saying. I know I asked you about Casey.
Yeah, you can finish asking.
Yeah, so you spoke to him about 2 months ago. You said he doesn't really do a good job of expressing himself. Why do you think that is? Is that how he always been, or something happened to him that made him be that way, or is that's just his personality?
Nah, he just been shy his whole life. Like, he only can speak you know what I'm saying, on the internet, far as going live and rapping. He don't know how to have no communication like this to be able to talk. He not finna talk about his family or, you know what I'm saying, or try to expose us or say this and say that. If he do, it's coming from his friends, people who trying to initiate it, tell him hey man, your daddy on the internet, he got a chain on, he got this on, you know what I'm saying? Not one time my daddy spoke bad of us. He just did an interview. He didn't say he trying to explain the world what happened and take place. We the only one that's just if somebody died, you and that person, whoever you did it to, they don't want to know what happened in God. In this situation, it was us in the situation. We the only one can tell this story. Can no one tell our story and try to be oh man, I would have did this, I would have did this, I would have did that. You know what I'm saying? We were put in a. It was a crossfire situation. They put put two brothers and a daddy in the situation. Normally that, somebody gonna tell, but. It's three of us, we family. So everybody oh man, he shouldn't have did what he did. You know what I'm saying? But it's all us cats life. What are we gonna do? What do we supposed to do? Is no one gonna help us get back on the field to be able to take care of our little kids?
You have 1 minute remaining.
But daddy, we got little kids. You know what I'm saying? My brother, he ain't got no.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
All us catching life, and people want to see that happen. That's just inhumane. It's people, that's sadistic. They don't care nothing about you. That's why I had to take my time to get out of the way. Once I see dang, everybody want us to catch life sentence. We all gonna catch life. They gonna do it.
Do you have kids? You got kids?
Yeah, I got kids. I got 3 kids.
How old?
10, 8, and 6.
Before the phone hung up, how has your incarceration affected them?
Shit, a lot. You know what I'm saying? Not having a dad, that's gonna always play a big role with kids. You know what I'm saying? Just having a single parent, not able to provide and get them things they need when they ask for it. I can't do it. I'm in jail. There's nothing I can do. But be okay, I'll do it when I get out. My daughter's.
Thank you for using GTL.
That's the crazy situation a lot of times too, man. Being incarcerated and having children out here, because sometimes we look at the actual aspect of I'm going to jail, but not only does it affect you and your livelihood, you being in prison, but it affects the children, man.
Definitely, man. I was in the feds, and I'll never forget it. I got a daughter. She's 35 years old right now, and she came and seen me when she was 15 years old. And when I walked out in the visitation room, I walked right past her. So when I got over there where my sister and them was at and brother and them was at, I said, well, wait, Karina. They say you just passed her. And I turned around and I looked at her and she was 8 months pregnant at 15 years old.
Wow.
And I thought about what she probably went through. She might have didn't even go through that. I thought about so much thing. I went and left that visitation room and went back to that unit. Cried like a baby. You know, it definitely affects the churn, you know, it affected KSOO, you know, like, man, I remember a conversation me and KSOO had one day. He say, every year they would tell him I'm coming home. And he said they did that for so long until he just gave up. You know, he gave up. And then he said, boom, I came home, you know. And, you know, and then for them, you know, like, for them to get on there and say that I never did nothing for him, you know, I just came around once he caught the deal, you know, man, I always had money. I always knew how to get money. And it ain't nothing that I'm bragging about, but you know, I took care of all my kids. You know, when the time was presented itself, when I came home, before I went home, when they was little, and everything. And you know, for people to get on there and his brother and them to get on there and say that I didn't, you know, I only came around when he was turned up. They say I shitted him out his deal, out his money for his deal, you know. They was mad, you know, because I had on the that NSG chain that I bought, but I was gonna give it to KSOO. And I just felt like they needed to fold that NSG because they wasn't standing for KSOO. I done talked to dudes since I've been home, man, and told me, say, man, you know, you been in there, you know, dudes watch dudes like that to see if they hit commissary every week, if they hit. If
they definitely do that.
And
that's what you get judged by.
Dudes done told me that they done seen KSOO go weeks without commissary, you know, and things of that nature like that. You know, dudes done told me that KSOO done called and asked his homeboys for $150 and they ain't give it to him. It take weeks for him to get it.
Don't make you want to send it? I know you said you ain't. Don't make you want to send him something knowing that?
I do.
I'm talking about just to do it like her.
No,
man.
I do. But reason being I didn't do it, I was going to do it, but my girl, she the one put it in my mind like it might be too early, you know, because.
To send him money?
She's saying like the antagonizing part.
But he probably got to know it's coming from you. You can send it through me or you can send it to somebody else.
Correct.
They don't got to go directly to you. It just got to make sure he good. And then.
Yeah, correct. And it's basically saying, if here, how I go here, they charge you $2 a day here. So if you,
in jail.
Yeah. So if you, say if I send him a couple $100, they gonna take all of it. You know, he done been down there 6-7 months, you know, but the food and stuff like that, I'm considering, you know, still doing that. And I just didn't want him to get it. And it's a hard situation, but I can promise you this, that I am not going to leave him on that island by himself without trying to help him.
That leads up to a question I wanted to ask you, man. And this might be the most personalist and profound question that you have gotten thus far this interview, for me anyway. And I'm quite sure a lot of the audience want to hear. These days that go past since you've been free from your incarceration and everything around this case that you were part of, do you wake up, like how do you wake up every day? Do you wake up with a hefty heart like I did the right thing? Or do you wake up like, dang, I could have went about that different?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have my days, you know, that I wake up and I be like, damn. I have my days where I even break down about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna do it on here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
right.
You know, if that's what the people, the media want to see, they ain't gonna never see it. Then when I be sitting off to the side or something, and my little boy come up to me and be like, "Daddy, you okay? You all right? I love you, Daddy." Then I be like, "Man, I made the right decision." But then I have the days where, you know, I wake up and it be really on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, I go through the motion, man. I'm human. You know what I'm saying? And I come from that same cloth where, you know, you don't get up there. You don't take what what I did. You don't do. And that was the hardest thing of my life, man. You know what I'm saying? I done prayed prayed to Allah so many times, man, to don't wake me up.
Heavy. That was heavy right there. I give you that.
You know,
I give you that. If you wasn't thinking like that, I'd be like, yeah, not only is he he's a heartless, soulless motherfucking coward.
I done prayed plenty of times, man, Allah, don't wake me up, you know, and
so you do feel deep sorrow
I
like
never,
that, man.
yeah, of course. I never considered suicide because I'm Muslim, and I know that, you know,
That's a sin, one of the ultimate
yes,
sins.
and it says, however you commit that suicide, Allah gonna make you do it over and over again. And but if Allah would have took me in the night or in the day or whenever He felt, I was open to that, you know, to not face that situation, you know, and it's hard. It's hard, you know, and it's hard when I think about, because I've been to prison and I know, you know, you don't have to come home.
You're not guaranteed to come home.
You're not guaranteed to come home, you know, and definitely, man, it bothers me, you know, it bothers me, but like I said, that ain't for social media. That's for personal business.
Now,